And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey Libra, happy birthday. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your one-to-one for the month of October. As a caveat to this style of reading where we look at what's going on between person A and person B, there's two main things I would like to say. The first, I hesitate to call these love readings because they may not always be lovely, right? At times, we're just trying to examine, all aspects of what's going on between these two people. We look at the good and the not as good sometimes, right? So I just want to put that out there. Second, it ain't always got to be about love. Right. Now, that's something that comes up a lot in this style because we're looking at all the dynamics held between two specific people. But it could be about, a relational dynamic with a sibling, family, friends, a person you just met. Right. It doesn't always have to be about that intimate partner love. As a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even when it's tough, understand that as your tarot card reader, I'm doing my best what I see across the board, and you came here for a reason, right? Let's sit with the comfortable and the uncomfortable. So follow along with me today in this read, Libra, and in your one-to-one, let's see what the cards say. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read. You're going to be on this side, they're going to be on that one. And they're one-to-one for the month of October. What is it that Libra needs to see in their one-to-one in October, please? Okay. On this side, Temperance, card Sagittarius. Okay. So a long time coming, a long time healing. What are we looking at? On their side, Six of Pentacles. Okay. So we can do it. It merits being worth doing right. I don't know what you waited so long for. Well, let me rephrase that, Libra, because that's not exactly what's going on here. Temperance represents a time-based orientation, particularly something that came with time, an elevated self, a healed self, looking for the right answers, looking for the right paths on our own journey, right? Trying to find our way. Being that is such, distinct long time-based patterns baked into it, and you have the Six of Pentacles on this side, I think we're making amends with somebody, but also learning to be okay with the person they may have transformed into, right? At least that's what I'm seeing from the outset. Could it change throughout the read? Absolutely. But I'm okay now with where things are, right? That doesn't mean it's always going to be sunshine and rainbows. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that, no, from what was going on, whatever happened in the past, I'm better now. And if this person really is trying to invest that Six of Pentacles on the long term of, okay, what does this look like with us? What do we have to do every day to make this work out? Then maybe I can be okay too. Okay, fair enough. Show the fronts and backs. Now that we have, nice, but I cannot take it unless it hits the table. That's my style of reading. That's my own personal philosophy around it. Now that we have two distinct parties on the board, person A and person B, person A being you, Libra, we're going to do fronts and backs. Fronts, facing towards each other. What are we saying? What are we communicating? Backs, what is not being directly stated? And sometimes stuff's in the unknown. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for the fronts and backs of Libra's one-to-one. Fronts and backs in this read today. What does this mean and what does this look like? Because again, it's so much healing, it's so much, hoping that things are going the right way on your end. What is giving us that pretense? That's what I'm more curious about. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. The sun. And that's in your back position. So what's in the front? The Hierophant, card of Taurus. Good. All major arcana on your sides. What you're saying, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to be okay. And if we can really work this out, if we can really make things right between us, then I would be ecstatic for us to try, if not try again, right? But for the Hierophant, I'm doing this because it feels right. Hierophant, the card of Taurus. I'm doing this because it feels right. If it didn't, I would not give this a chance. And I think you're very blunt and clear about this, Libra, of, you know what, let's aim for higher. Let's aim for the highest we can go with this. I'm okay now. On their side, Ten of Cups, the notion of harmony and synchronicity, and what's held behind the Five of Swords. And again, I felt that, here's why I'm saying you probably already know this person. The Ten of Cups represents harmony, that things, the stars aligned and put us in this place at this time for us to work on our stuff. Five of Swords being when that's held in the, the concealed area of, such crippling self-doubt that we're not allowing ourselves to just, understand the situation as a whole, but give ourselves grace to fix things, right? On their side, they're very much taking your lead on this, Libra, wherever you want this dynamic to go. But there's this overwhelming fear that if I mess this up, then I'll never see you again, right? Even as things go right, it's like they're giving themselves no grace to just understand that they too can change. And so that's probably why you're coming in guns blazing over here, so strong and saying, actually, I had to be okay and show them what okay can look like. Reveal positions. Reveal each individual position in this read. Show the cards that we need to see, please. Reveal positions within this read for Libra and their person in this one-to-one. Okay. I'll put this on your side because this makes blunt and clear sense. The Three of Pentacles, the notion of friendship. This is a workable dynamic. I believe it. Otherwise, I would not lift a finger. Got it. And on their side, what are the cards that we need to see, please? Well, can I get this with my finger? No. Okay, I'm just gonna let it drop. Those three are trying to come out for a reason. Let's get this fan going, and boom. Okay. Fair enough. I understand why that's coming out. So with this fan that they're sitting on, we have the Hangman. Only time can tell what this will amount to. Next, the Devil, the card of Capricorn. The notion of what's eating us inside will either be challenged or claim us as a whole. And the Queen of Pentacles, comfortability in our station, but also maximizing, what does it mean to be both endearing and present. For them on their side, long story short, where they stand, they're saying time will tell. I'm going to do my best. I just don't want all my anxiety about what could go wrong lead me to an inevitability of wrongness, right? You're very much stating, no, I'm okay with this. Let us work on this. Let us fix whatever problem is here. They're saying, yeah, I'm going to show that effort. I really want you to acknowledge that effort, but also understand that with where I'm at right now, I'm not going to say that's 100% guarantee. There's so many things I have worries about this dynamic that I'm just going to give it my best and hope that you see this. I hope you see this. Underneath it all, Chariot, the card of Cancer. And so the totality of this journey, when all factors are considered, all options are weighed out, we're still saying that, you know what, it's still worth it. Both parties are saying that at the bare minimum, that is your baseline right now, Libra. How that's interpreted, yours is elevation, theirs is the hope of catching up with you to do right by this. What exactly that means, it's pointing towards the idea that, well, do they think they're good enough to actually fix this, right? There's something about this entire dynamic where, okay, now that it's real, it's really real, can I actually measure up? Do I qualify? There's very much that question, that standard going on right now. Okay. Now that we have the each individual ones, 1 and 1 over here, what's going on down the middle? 1, 2, 1. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, and the bridge that lies between what is shared between Libra and their person in this read. What is shared between Libra and their person in this read? Down the middle, we hold the Ten of Wands, the burden of everything that must be done. Okay, like I said, you definitely know this person. You have a long time history with them. Probably fell out with them at one point, and now we're in a state of reconciliation and trying to fix things. 3 of Cups, the notion of reunion. We're coming back together. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Your boy's good at his job. Next, Judgment. Okay, what's the bigger lesson to be learned here? We were put in this opportunity for a reason. What is that reason? Let us find it out together. King of Pentacles, we can make the right investment. We can do the right thing. And even when it's uncomfortable, we can make it better. Okay? Underneath it all, 9 of Pentacles, freedom of choice. The notion of fulfillment on each side. How do we embody that, right? Normally the 9 of Pentacles is a notion of like individualism, like this is mine, I did this, I earned what I got it for the keeps, right? But here we're having 2 people trying to step their game up in different ways. You on the emotional end, hey, this Libra is okay with this. I can finally reach a state where I say, you know what, it may have been messed up, each of us said some things we probably shouldn't have said, but right now I am cool with this. Are you? On their side, they're trying to unearth still what they feel is so deeply scarring and hurt that, you know, what do I do with this at this point? And I just want to give space for all that's on the board right now. As we move towards resolution, define all the major arcana strewn across this table. I'm seeing the sun first, so I'm going to start with that and then bounce around. So in Libra's 1-to-1 read today, we start here with the sun. Define all the major arcana across the table for Libra in their read. So with the sun, King of Cups. And I like that because, again, there's this notion of reconciliation and healing. Here, the King of Cups, I can look at the good and the bad and can still say the sunlight is worth more than any of that, right? I have a Libra who is finally reached a state of being truly okay with this. Not just in the idea, not just theoretical, but someone who said to themselves, yeah, we can do this. I saw the Hierophant first. Yeah, Judgment, the second highest of the major arcana, and you already pulled that in your shared space. There's a reason that the time is now, and let that time rule for whatever purpose it has. We're trying to believe that everything was put in front of our face for a reason. What can we do to work on this? Temperance, card Sagittarius. Lovers, card of Gemini. Well, and if we're getting back together with somebody or having, you know, at least a good closing chapter, if nonetheless, win, lose, or draw, no matter what happened in the past, I'm glad you came into my life. What do we want to see out of this moving forward? Okay. On their end, first, that Hangman, 7 of Cups, the notion of possibility. And them, again, trapped in suspension. So there's an iffy dynamic of that right now, but at least that prospect is on the board. Let's be very clear. They're anticipating that as well. What they do with anticipation, that's a bigger question. To the Devil, 6 of Wands. And it's so interesting because 6 of Wands denotes the factor of like victory or being seen and being recognized. And then we put all that energy into, you know, the Devil, which how do I put this? In tarot, the devil just tells us what we don't like about ourselves. And in fact, it is the most honest card in the tarot deck, at least in my personal opinion, because it's going to tell you what needs to be said. And it don't care about your feelings, right? And so what feeds the devil in that way is us not addressing the issue. Here, it's like we're taking victory or taking our chance to fix whatever could be and only saying that this could go absolutely sideways, absolutely wrong. And in that way, we're not that person, whoever there is on this other end for you, Libra, and you know by now if this applies to you or not. That's just how sign-based readings go. But it's like they cannot believe, even as they actively fix this with you, they can't believe that this actually happened. And so the more that they spell out that, it's kind of like a self-defeating motto where eventually they will make that come true, right? And it's not your job to try to guide them on that, they have to battle that within themselves, right? That's their fight to go. Because again, if this is worth it, we will find a way. So in Judgment, what's held in between? Nine of Cups. The notion of a wish fulfillment on both sides. And may we make this proper, and may we make this right. Okay. Resolution, real cards of resolution for Libra in this read. What is held in the space of resolution for Libra in this read today? That just popped out. Okay. And I'm taking that in the reverse because it's about to fly out in the reverse. So we'll get to that one in a second because I like that. I'll rip it apart. It isn't always cooperative, but it broke apart for a reason, just to get that card out. And we're going to talk about that in a second. I think that's interesting that that card comes out in the reverse. What else for Libra in resolution? So the cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read. Okay. And that makes sense why that came out. Okay. I'll lay that down for now because the reveal will make sense when it comes out. What tried to fly out earlier was the Five of Wands in the reverse. The fives are normally cards of conflict, and the upright represents an external, tit for tat bout between you and another person, right? That fire is there and it's ready to fight. In the reverse, we're trying to let the anger go. And any misgivings or any problems, we're not approaching from a space of instigation anymore. I made peace with that. We're both trying to do better from that. I said some things, you said some things. Hey, we were both wrong about it. But right now, if we're going to see a future together, we're going to deal with the past in our present. We're going to deal with this and we're going to do better than last time. Over here, we have the Moon, card of Pisces. And so the things that we have not yet found out, one person says, I'm not worried about it at all. The other person is saying, well, what happens if that's the breaking point? It's being interpreted in two different directions because the moon represents that which we do not yet understand or had not fully grasped. And so applying it to both sides, you're absolutely gung-ho saying, well, I mean, we ain't got nothing to lose at this point. Why don't we just try? And on their side, well, what happens if that consumes us permanently? And if that's a space that we're constantly coming from, then that's, again, their own internal battle. Nothing that you're saying on your side will convince them of that otherwise. And that's just me being totally honest with you, Libra. They have to do that work within themselves to actually accept, to actually pick up what you're putting down, essentially. Underneath it all, Six of Pentacles, a long-term investment, but how do we put in, invest into that dynamic of that piggy bank every single day? How do we stay consistent? How do we do right by each other? How do we not regress, right? It's a practice, not just an idea. So here's what I got in your read today, Libra. Two people are coming back together. And I'm getting the strong feeling that there was a very deep bond here between you and this other person. You both are saying, hey, let's fix this. The time is now. There's a reason we ran into each other or this opportunity presented itself. Let's see what's going on here. On your side, totally accepting of what the universe is offering, and you're in a state where you say, I'm healed and we can heal this together. I'm good with that if you are. On their end, it's not really clear. It's clear that they're going to do the hard work of that investment, putting the actions into it, but do they believe it? Right? And it's not coming from a space of deception. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's coming from a space of raw, unfiltered truth that they're trying to grasp all the pain that comes with fixing this. What does that mean, and how will we make that stand in the long term? So even while entertaining possibility, the journey that they have to go on within themselves, Libra, that you can't accompany them in that way, is that do they genuinely believe this can be fixed? What will make them get rid of worry and doubt? It's not your job to do that for them, but trust that, at least from their perspective, they're trying and they want you to see that too. So that's what I got in your read today, Libra. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, no time like the present. Let's fix this together, okay? I'll see you.